Gotcha. 2 minutes ఆగుదాం. వీళ్ళందరూ జాయిన్ అవుతారు.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, Deepika ma'am. We will just wait for 1 more minute and start with the session. Hello, sir. Hi, Vignesh, sir. So let's start with today's session. Good evening, everyone. I'm so happy that you have joined for day two also. You have taken this time to join here. Yesterday, we have discussed about the intelligence. Any ability which gives name, fame, money is seen as intelligence. And we have also seen the concept of multiple intelligence, which is introduced by Howard Gardner. We have seen four intelligences yesterday along with its carriers, right? So today we are going to discuss about other four intelligence in this multiple intelligence theory. All right. So the fifth intelligence which Harvard proposed is musical intelligence. So when I ask among 100 people, if I ask a question of who likes music, who loves to listen to music, so what do you think will be the answers from them? How many people would say that I love music? Yes, among 100, if I ask people, how many of them would say that they love music? So most of them, right? Many of them, yeah, right, 80%, 90%, most of them will say that they love music. But uh, how many of us will understand music? So, how many of us will understand the echo, pitch, rhythm, structure, and pattern of music? Right, correct. Vignesh, sir. All of them will love music, but how many of us will understand music? So, it is very difficult to understand the music as concept, right? As a subject, correct? So, this musical intelligence is something, it's the brain's ability to understand the rhythm, pitch, tone, echo, and structure of sound. Okay, being musically intelligence means that you are able to distinguish the sounds and uh, around you, and that you have the ability to make your own melodies. That means if a child is just sitting and observing his environment, for suppose he is listening to the chirpings or tweets of the bird, he will be able to compose music out of those sounds. And for suppose he is listening to some sound which is coming from the nature, so from that he will be having that ability to compose, to create music out of it. So that kind of child, we call them as musically intelligent. So they can listen and respond with interest to a variety of sounds, including the human voice, environmental sounds, and music, and organizes such sounds into meaningful patterns. So they will be also able to structure the music properly, right? And they are eager to be around and learn from music and musicians. So these are the famous musicians, as we know. They are highly musically intelligent, right? So just tell me the career options which you think will fit into this musical intelligence. Lyricist, exactly. Lyricist. And any others? Songwriter, yeah. Music director, singers, exactly. And any other career options that you can think of in the music field? So, as we've heard, very less about right sound engineer, Vignesh sir. So we might have heard very less options in musical intelligence and musical industry, but there are many options which we do not know. So there are many careers. I mean, there are even engineerings also in this music field who can do music engineer, sound engineers, and there is something called acoustic engineers, which who will test the sound of a room. I mean, in a theater or a studio, they will examine the echo in the room, and they will install those materials in the room to absorb that echo. So there are these kind of engineers also in this musical intelligence. So they will the child who possesses this musical intelligence, they can choose these kind of careers. So where they can do the engineering field, right? So you just tell me first, someone who is very good at musical intelligence and also linguistic intelligence, what kind of career they can choose? He's very good at musical intelligence and linguistic intelligence. We have already seen what is linguistic intelligence, right? So someone who expresses their thoughts and views in the form of writing or speaking. And if they are good at musical intelligence, yeah, poet, but poet in the form of song, right? And any other options? Anything else that you can think of? Music composer. Music composer should have technical knowledge of music. Okay, he should be logically good. So only if he is logically good, and sometimes if he's very much creative, more than logic, if he's creative and if he has this musical intelligence, then we can go into this music composer career. So something which is related to writing and music. So we can say a lyricist, because even in few songs, if a tune is given to a lyricist, then he has to write that song according to that music, right? He has to fit his lyrics in that tune. So it is very important for a lyricist to have both these linguistic and musical intelligence. Yes, agree with me? Do you all agree with me? Yeah. And somebody can even become a music teacher if they are linguistically intelligent. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Vasavi ma'am, Deepika ma'am. So somebody who is linguistically and musically intelligent can also be a teacher, musical teacher, right? But still they must have some degrees, I guess, to become a teacher. If they could go, I mean, if you see a child who is very much intelligent in music and also he's good in linguistic intelligence, then he can get into a careers of lyricist or in a music teacher. He can become music teacher, right? And if a child is having good vocal cords and also have good knowledge on music, then what do you think will be the career of that child? The vocal cords, the voice is so nice for the child, and the child is also having, right, Vasavi ma'am, singer. They can become singers. And few of them are also going into rapping, right? It is a different kind of field which is booming nowadays, correct? So these rappers will have good linguistic intelligence. Mimicry artists may not have musical intelligence, right? I mean, how do you think that mimicry artists needs this musical intelligence, Mavai? I don't think they will need this musical intelligence, right? They have to have this vocal knowledge. So they will become mimicry artists. But when it is mixed with musical intelligence, then singers can be doing this. And of course, a few of them we can see they will be imitating the other singers. So many of us, many of them, many children, they will be imitating the other singers. So they can, I mean, we can call them, I don't know what we can call, they can be into mimicry and also into singing, right? That way we can say, yes, mimicry artist. Beatboxing, correct, ma'am. Beatboxing can be done. Um, and someone who is very good at musical intelligence and gross motor skills. What do you think they can become? Gross motor skills is someone who uses his whole body, and he's also very good in music. What do you think they can be? So they use body with music. Any ideas? Right. Choreographers, right. Pop singers, yes, pop singers. And choreographers, dancers, they can become choreographers and dancers. Like singing and dancing together. Yes, of course. Yeah, of course, ma'am. They few of them have this singing and dancing ability, so they can do both. Correct. And someone who is having good fine motor skills and also musical intelligence. So that means when I say about fine motor skills, it is the precision oriented muscles, right? Something which fingers, hands. So if somebody who is very good at fine guitar is correct. Whoever plays the guitar, whoever plays the instruments, they can be, I mean, they can choose this kind of career, right? And who is very good at musical intelligence and interpersonal skills. If they are good at interpersonal skills, they can become a rapper. That means they have to have a linguistic intelligence. And with interpersonal skills, they can become a DJ. DJ also is one of the careers. So for this DJ, rapping, for all these, there are few courses as well. So someone who has not done any degree also after 12th class, they can, if they are very much interested into music, they can do these short-term courses and they can directly get into that. Right? All of these are well paid. Correct. So actually in music, we have two types, figural music and formal music. So figural music, in this field, there are someone who can figure out music, who can compose music. But in formal, who are the technicians of the music? Who does this acoustic engineering? Who does this studio? Who are the studio engineers, sound engineers? All of them come under formal music industry. Right. And we missed a great part of music directors. Music directors are also very good at musical intelligence, right? And also, if you could see these YouTubers who sing the cover songs, they are very well paid, right? Nowadays, they're becoming very famous in YouTube. Nowadays, these youngsters are having their own brands or bands also, right? They go out and give programs. Some of them they go and give performance. They give live concerts. Few of the singers they also will get paid, right? And there is something called instrument engineering also. That means they can, you know, create these instruments. So that is something in the category of instrumental engineering. So let's see here. What are the other career options? Songwriter, performing musician, piano tuner. So nowadays, all the background musics or the music which we are hearing in songs, most of these are done through softwares. So when somebody is learning instrument, these live concerts with the instruments, this orchestra has become very less. We are still having few, I mean, we are still calling orchestra for few, events and all, but still most of the songs are done through the software. There are many AI softwares which, which will give that right pitch, echo, rhythm for that particular song. It will do the auto tuning also and give us the proper output. And nowadays, lyricists are paid very well because we have all these auto tuners and softwares. There is a huge demand for lyricists because they have to use their brains and put the song, they have to give the song correctly for that tuning, right? So that's why they are highly paid nowadays. And few of them, they are just learning, mainly these youngsters, they are learning these softwares and they are getting into the technicians of music, right? So, actress, studio engineer, instrument manager, rapper, conductor, disc jockey, DJs. We have discussed about every one of them. Music therapists. There are sound therapists and music therapists also. In these sound therapists, they heal a few of the what is it, the diseases of someone. I mean, if somebody is coming to a sound therapist, they will use some sounds and they will be able to alter their brain waves and heal insomnia, and they can heal depression out of this sound therapy. And also it can become we can even use this music to alter their brain waves and heal few diseases which they are facing. So this is also one career option through which they can earn more, right? So there are many career options in this musical intelligence as well. So if a parent is concerned about a child, that the parent wants his child to do engineering, but the child is very much interested into music, then we can always suggest the parent to do this music engineering, sound engineering, studio engineering. There are many academies which are offering this musical engineering part, this musical engineering studies and all. Okay, good with me till now. Can we go ahead? Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, the sixth intelligence which Howard proposed is interpersonal intelligence. So, this you must have heard about this word interpersonal, but with a different suffix as interpersonal skill. So, Howard has given this as intelligence because this can be inborn or it can also be acquired later. And many of the corporate companies are giving training on this interpersonal skills, right? So this is very important for a person in few careers to acquire this kind of skill, right? So this is nothing but the way how people understand the other person. That means it's the child's ability to understand the emotions, feelings of the other person, right? This interpersonal intelligence is understanding other people. Anybody who deals with other people has to be skilled in interpersonal sphere. It's your brain's ability to understand others' emotions, feelings, thoughts, everything. When a child is opting to help others, when a child is trying to empathize others, then you have to say that that child is having this interpersonal intelligence. And of course, there are many career options with this interpersonal intelligence. So you can see the career options of I mean, in the field of psychologists, because psychologists, counselors, coaches, they try to help people. Also, teachers also must have this interpersonal intelligence to deal with people, to deal with children, to deal with parents. So they have to be very good in interpersonal intelligence, right? Agree with me? So the characteristics will be who bonds with parents and interacts with others, forms and maintains social relationships, perceives the feelings, thoughts, motivations, behaviors, lifestyles of others. So, whoever understands others better, that child is said to be interpersonally intelligent. Right. Even in young kids, also, we see this kind of intelligence. Most of us, right? They keep empathizing others. They wanted to talk to others. They want to understand their feelings and they behave according to them, right? So, what do you think will be the career options here? The careers which deals with people, because they have to have good interpersonal intelligence to deal with people, right? Just think of careers which deal with people. Teachers, Right. Student counselors, correct. And managers, any kind of manager who is dealing with people, right? Yes, ma'am. Sales and marketing, they have to be very good in interpersonal skills and intelligence as well. And any other? So how about politicians? Politicians also needs this interpersonal intelligence, right? Yes. Social workers. Very few fields which do not need this interpersonal intelligence where people are not involved, right? A few fields like somebody who is CA. CA doesn't need this interpersonal intelligence when they are busy with their own work. They don't need it, right? And few careers like related to chemical researchers and all, they wanted to just go to a different place where people are not around and do their research. So only few careers which doesn't require interpersonal intelligence, but most of the careers will require interpersonal intelligence. And this is more seen like a career skill than a life skill. As a life skill, also it is important for us, but now the career is also looking for this kind of interpersonal intelligence, right? Yeah. And do you think parents will get worried when somebody is not good at interpersonal skills or interpersonal intelligence? When his or her child is shy or introvert, usually the children who doesn't have these interpersonal skills will not be able to open up, right? They will not be able to be comfortable with others, with strangers, right? So do you think parents will be worried about it? Yes, they will be worried about it, but just think of the remedies which can solve this problem when they are shy or when they are called as reserved. There is one remedy which gives wonders. So one remedy which I can think of is we should never give them an option to do. We should never ask the child, "Will you do that for me?" No. Because when you see the child as shy, if you want to increase that interpersonal intelligence, then you have to say, "Go get it for me," or "Go do it by yourself." Instead of "Go get it for me," you can rather say, "Go do it by yourself." For example, if a child in a family function, if a child wants to take water, instead of parent going and getting water for them, it is better to ask the child to get it for himself, because we will definitely be there with them. They would be first, they will be very reluctant initially, but later on, we have to say them that you are safe here. We are near you. You go get it for yourself. It is your water, you have to take. So you have to force them, you have to close all the loopholes. And for example, if a child is not ready to go to some function, if the child says that, "No, mama, I will just stay at home with my grandmother, you all can go and come back. I'll stay with grandmother." Then you have to say that you should not give any option to the child. You have to just say, "Your grandmother is also coming with us, so you don't have any option. You have to come with us." You should actually close all the loopholes. So then gradually the child will be good at this interpersonal skills, because if they are shy or reserved, maybe we can accept for some time, but it is very difficult for them in future, right? It is very much required for everybody of us to have this kind of skill, right? Otherwise it can become hindrance in their life. right? And
Divya, one doubt.
yes, yes.
Suppose, suppose if the parents are introvert, then what about the child?
Parents are introvert, then we have to work on parents themselves.
Parents, right, right.
Yeah,
Because
because
if the
yes.
parents are not going to get communicated with others,
Hmm.
obviously the child will not get communicated with others.
Of course, yes, yes, definitely. We have to
So
work
is
on
there any
parents. Hmm.
parents? Okay,
Remedies for parents is we have to first counsel them, because for a child we can give a remedy, because as a parent they will accept it if it is for child. If you tell a remedy to a parent, then ego comes first for them if you
yes,
tell them,
yes, of course,
right?
yes,
So you have to, I mean, make them talk more. I don't know exactly, to parents you have to counsel them. So you have to
right,
first counsel them to come out of this shell. You talk to them. If they are seeing the same kind of personality in their child, if your child wants to become good in this interpersonal skill, then you do these all these things for your child. Then gradually parent will obviously learn from child. So you can do
right,
this
right,
reverse kind of psychology. You can apply
right,
that. Right.
right, right,
Mhm. So, when a child is getting lot of appreciations, and when a child is getting that gratitude from others, then that is the powerful remedy for this, to gain this interpersonal intelligence. So, for example, if there is a child who is an introvert, and if the child is involved in some kind of social service, or some service in temples, obviously there will be many people who will be appreciating the child, right? So in that case, his that self-esteem grows in the child, and obviously this interpersonal intelligence also grows in the child. So this is the powerful tool. Appreciation and gratitude is the powerful tool for a child to grow this interpersonal intelligence, right? So when we are going ahead with the career options, let's see what are those. Any administrator, anthropologist, arbitrator, counselor, manager, nurse, personal director, politicians. And there are also mass leaders, who speak to public in the understandable way. That means few of them, if you see the mass leaders, they will not be talking so intelligent. So you know that they are intellectuals, but still when they are talking in public, they will be talking in an understandable way which public understands. They have to reach the public. Only then they can grow in their career. So they can also be, I mean, these kind of careers will have this great interpersonal intelligence. Correct? Sociologists, school principal, teachers, therapists, travel agents, any agent, to be frank. When we are going somewhere, then the agent will be very much invited. So they will invite us so well, and then they do their job, right? So that is how we also get attracted to them. Correct? When a person is having very good interpersonal skill, we as a person also get attracted to them. We also feel that okay, that person is very good, he talks so nice, he I mean, I feel so comfortable with that person to speak. So these are the persons who have high interpersonal intelligence. I guess you got it now, right? Psychologists, religious leaders, all of them. Okay, now moving ahead. The next intelligence is intrapersonal intelligence, right? So, interpersonal intelligence is something, uh, the ability to understand others, the ability to understand other people's emotions, feelings, and thoughts, right? Whereas intrapersonal intelligence is something, the ability to understand ourselves, the ability to connect with ourselves, to understand our own emotions and feelings, right? It is the self knowledge and ability to act adaptively on the basis of that knowledge. It's your brain's ability to understand awareness of inner moods, intentions, motivations, temperaments, desires, and capacity for self-discipline, self-understanding, and self-esteem. Right? This is very important to each one of us. How many of us know our strengths and limitations? We must not have come across any such situations which will um, I mean through which we can know our own self, through which we can know our own strengths or limitations, right? So it is all about knowing yourself. When you are connected to yourself, then you will know about your strengths and limitations as well. If suppose a challenge is given to us, how many of us will be thinking that, okay, I can do that? And how many of you will be thinking, I want to do? So there is a difference, right? I can do and I want to do. Correct? And few of us will be seeking validation from others as well. So we will call our friends and we'll say, okay, this is some challenge. Do you want to participate? Then, okay, if you are participating, then I will also participate. So that means we are not clear about ourselves, right? Have you faced this kind of situations? And few of our kids also will be very good at intrapersonal intelligence. They are inborn with intrapersonal intelligence, and few of them can acquire this intrapersonal intelligence by through some experiences. Correct? So somebody who is clear on his thoughts, and also the person, I mean, who can stand any kind of situation. So you can see, many leaders, though they will be very, I mean, though they are so successful, I mean, it is like, how do I say? Um, they will first start some kind of business. They will see if they are successful or no. If they are successful, it is a win for them. And if they have failed in that, they will not just get depressed in that part. They again know how to get into that success level. So somebody who is having strong intrapersonal intelligence will know the steps to achieve again. Instead of getting depressed and getting low to themselves, they will know the steps to get into successful career. I mean, again, gain that success, right? So it is very important for each one of us to have this interpersonal intelligence, because Harvard also mentioned in his book that whoever has this intrapersonal intelligence can gain any kind of intelligence. You got my point? Yes. So if somebody is very good at intrapersonal intelligence, they can be good at any kind of intelligence, right? And if intra is not very good, then they cannot be so good in other intelligence. If intra is less, then it is a hindrance to his life. Correct? Are you able to understand what I'm trying to tell? And yeah, and if any decision is taken, uh, the person who is with high intrapersonal intelligence will be so clear if it is yes or no. They will not be in the middle, okay, whether to say yes or no. They will be very much clear about themselves, because they are connected to themselves more, and they will certainly tell that, okay, yes, I'm going to do this, and no, I'm not going to do, right? Whatever it is, they'll be clear, right? They'll be confident in any kind of situation. Even if a person who has high intrapersonal intelligence, if he is failing in his life, he will not be low at confidence, right? He will be always good in his confidence, and he also keeps trying things, experimenting things, and trying to get that success again, right? It's very important for us. What do you think about it? Yes. Any other views on this part? So, how do we achieve this intelligence? Any viewpoints that you wanted to discuss about this intrapersonal? All right. Let's see about the characteristics of this. He is aware of his range of emotions because he knows his emotions, his moods, everything. He's motivated to identify and perceive goals. Works independently, establishes and lives by an ethical value system. Right. He strives for self-actualization. So that means, um, you know, there are successful people who will reflect on their work. That means, for example, today I've done so and so work. Today, I'm going to attend this session. So tomorrow they will be writing what all I have done in the previous day. What are my achievements and what are my future goals. So when they are able to reflect themselves, write, do the journaling part, then they will be very good at intrapersonal intelligence. And child can also improve this intrapersonal intelligence through journaling, right? If you ask the child to write about some achievements or the happy moments that he or she has faced the previous day, then he can write that in journaling and he can always reflect back and see his achievements. That increases his intrapersonal intelligence, right? So all of them are very high at intrapersonal intelligence. You can see them, right? Yes. So what do you think will be the career options in this field, intrapersonal intelligence? Whoever is spiritual, who can be connected uh, to God, right? And if you see, if you just observe in children also, father, okay, father cannot be career option. So father, okay, father, do you mean to say the priest, the church priest, all of them, right? If that is so, yes, who are spiritually connected to God and who are this religious speakers who are there. They are very much intrapersonal. They have this intrapersonal intelligence. Correct. But how do we grow this intrapersonal intelligence? Do you have any remedy plans in your mind which can grow this intrapersonal intelligence, which can connect to yourself? Not everybody of us will know very good about ourselves, right? Sometimes we can understand about others, but we are not confident about ourselves also, about our abilities, right? Yeah. And any other career options that you can think of? Okay, let's see. Psychology teacher, theologian, spiritual counselor, entrepreneurs. They have to be very high in intrapersonal intelligence. You know, when they are starting a business, even if they are failing in that, to come back to that level again, they have to be good at intrapersonal intelligence, right? Psychiatrists, philosopher, any doctor also, doctors, researchers, psychologists, right? And just think of any remedies which can help a child to become good in interpersonal intelligence. So I just came across one case today itself. One parent is very much worried because I am doing reels on teens. So one teenager parent, she came to me and told that her daughter is getting isolated from her friends. Right. So, and she is crying and telling that to parent. She's sharing that to parent. So first thing that we can do is empathizing with them. But still, what will be the remedy for that girl to become good? Because now she's completely depressed, deprived of that. Correct? So what do you think of the remedies in that place? Anything that you can think. Just think about it. How can we solve this problem if a teenage girl is very much deprived of herself? She is feeling worthless. Somebody who is in depression. Yes, we should know the problem she's facing. So the problem is she's getting isolated from her friends. She's getting outcasted by her friends. So, yeah, motivate her. But okay, motivation to some level, it'll help. But that will not stay forever with her, right? So every time motivation will not work. First day it'll work, but next day if she's facing the same problem with her friends, then we cannot ask parent to continuously motivate her. So first thing is she should feel good about herself, right? Now she is feeling so bad about herself because her friends are isolating her, right? Her friends are bullying her. So she is getting so depressed because of this situation. So she is feeling low of her being, right? First thing is you have to make her good about herself. Correct. When you when you are trying to make her good about herself, you have to find out what kind of skills she has. What are the hobbies that she is having? Right. So, if she is interested into dancing, singing, or any other skills, you have to join her in some classes, hobby classes. And also, self-help books will do wonders in their life. You can suggest self-help books which will motivate her. She can also get into the habit of reading, which is very good. She can learn a new skill and develop it. Positive self-talk. But that is very much, uh, you know, it is very difficult for the child to do that positive self-talk because she's already feeling low about herself. So she will not get that motivation to talk positively. So positive affirmations from parents and motivating her continuously from parents will help to some extent. But first thing is she should feel good about herself. When she has some kind of hobby or a talent, if she's doing well and if she's getting these appreciations, what if she tells that people are just using her for notes and all that stuff, but excluding her from other activities? So that is what. So people are like that. People are there uh, just to take some help from her, but she is getting isolated from all other activities which her friends are getting involved. In that case, she has to know more about herself, right? She has to first connect about herself. She instead of feeling bad that other people, instead of feeling bad on other people's validations, so she is seeking the validation from people, from her friends. But you have to motivate her that it is not only people who are her friends, who value her more. There are also other set of people who like you more, right? There are other set of people who needs you, right? This is how we motivate her. And also, if she gains good knowledge in her skill, and if he gets into a hobby class, then obviously if she becomes a good dancer, if she's able to give some programs, then there are many people who will be coming to her program and appreciating her, right? When a girl takes that appreciation, then she will definitely feel very good about herself, correct? So do you think when she's getting a lot of appreciation from audience, do you think that she'll care about this set of friends, set of people, few people who are not valuing her? No, right, correct. So this is the remedy that you can give her. You can ask her to, you can also ask parents to set some achievable expectations, even in academics, right? If she is already scoring some 80 marks or something, so you can ask the parent to set an expectation of 90 marks, so that if she scores this 90 marks, you can ask the parent to give some kind of reward to her, that we all can go to a restaurant, or we all can go to an ice cream parlor, something like that, which motivates her. Correct. So this kind of achievable, expectations can be given to the child. And one more thing is that you can join her in the hobby classes, and you can ask her to do some kind of social service, so that she receives this kind of appreciations from all other people, so that she will know that there are other set of people who values me more than this small group of people. Correct? We must engage her in the activities where she's interested. Correct. She's interested, and where she is getting the appreciations from others. So the more we appreciate her for her being, she feels good about herself. And that is how this intrapersonal intelligence also increases in her. Correct? Agree with me? Yes, yes. So, and also, whoever is not good at this intrapersonal intelligence, they tend to procrastinate. This is one main limitation of this. If they do not have if they are not good at this intrapersonal intelligence, they tend to procrastinate more, right? Many of us also do, but like the things which can be done just in 1 or 2 minutes, also we don't do it, right? So this also needs to be avoided in many of us. Correct. Any other examples that you have come across, so that we can discuss more remedies on this? So, as we know, appreciation is the main thing um, to increase this intrapersonal intelligence. And this is the, main intelligence which needs to be there in every one of us, right? Okay. Moving ahead, the next and the last intelligence which Howard proposed is naturalistic intelligence. So, the children who connect with their natural environment are having this naturalistic intelligence. It's the ability to connect with the natural environment around them. So, what are there in our natural environment? When we say about the environment, what do you think? They will be connected to. Yes, in our nature, gardening. Yes. So, in our nature, we have plants, trees, water, gases, right? Air, everything which is there in nature. So they are connected to all these in the nature, and insects, birds, right? So these people will be very much connected to all these which are there in our nature. And there are huge career options in this naturalistic intelligence. Also, people who are very good in this naturalistic intelligence, will have good senses. Farming, correct. Because they will know more about plants. They can identify plants and do that. And even the child who is good in this intelligence will know the texture of the rock. They can also study about the minerals in the soil, and also they can extract some kind of metals, right? Whichever is there in our environment, natural environment. They are very good in in these five senses: smell, hear, taste, see, and touching. So it's the brain's ability to connect with natural environment around us. The way your brain supports you to connect with five senses. So if you see the characteristics, they're interested in subjects such as botany, biology, zoology, in careers which have smell and taste. So just think of a career which geologists, correct, correct. Yes, ma'am. Geologists, they can be that. So think of the careers which has, which needs these five senses. Do we have any careers which are related to the senses? Chef, ma'am. Yes, wonderful. Chef is one career. Ayurvedic doctor. Yes, yes. That's one great career. That's nice, ma'am. Traveler. Wonderful. Yes, traveler. Who will be doing these vlogs and all, travel vlogs and all. They are also earning more. They just go to somewhere in the forest and think of these wildlife photographers. They should be gelling well with the animals in that environment, right? Landscaping, right? And who will be, taking care of pets? There are houses which take care of pets. They are like boarding, pet boardings and all. They will be charging for these also. If a pet is there with them for one day, they'll be charging. So when somebody is going for outings or some vacation, and if they want their pet to be kept somewhere, so these kind of services will be there. Horticulturists, yes, of course. And there are also people who will be guiding us in trekking, and who will be mountaineering, and all of them, right? And there are also careers related to genetics, who are interested in humans, in human genes and all, right? And there are few careers related to researchers. Entomology is one subject which um, studies about the insect and its connection with humans and nature around them. So one of my friend's sister, she's into this entomology. She has done her master's in this entomology, and she's now doing some kind of research on the same. She does it on insects. Like I got to know from her that she used to be very much interested in these insects and also the environment. I mean, which is happening around her. She used to identify those, tiny legs, feathers of these insects, and that is how she got this interest into this entomology. And now she has taken that as a career. So they can also be scientists, researchers, scientists in that field. So there are many career options. Who is having this high naturalistic intelligence? They recognize and can name many different types of trees, flowers, and plants. Yes, weather reporter, they can also be good at this naturalist intelligence. Wonderful. Sorry. So all of them are very good at this naturalistic intelligence. These are famous people who are good at this naturalistic intelligence. Let's see what career options are there here. There is another field called food tasters, food aesthetics, stylists also. So they know which, how they have to present the food. So there is also a study based on this. They have a field called food stylists, food aesthetics, and people get into this. There is a diploma course, and there are a few courses on this part as well, and they can get into this five-star hotels and work there. So they get highly paid, right? So yeah, veterinary, animal scholar, archaeologist, plant scholar, chef, courtyard designer, weather researchers, documentary producer, environment researchers, animal protection activists. So all of them, they are very good in naturalistic intelligence, right? So we can ask the child, whoever is very good in these senses and who have that interest towards the natural environment, we can give the parents all these options, all these career options, right? So did you come across any child who is good in this part? The, I guess most of us, all of us, have this kind of naturalist intelligence because we obviously praise the good green landscapes, and we always wanted to see those colorful flowers and all. But someone who understands this nature, who understands the tiny parts of the insect or animals, they are very good at this naturalist intelligence. So if you come across any child who has that interest to know about the lifestyle of an animal, then you can suggest parents all these kind of career options, right? Okay, this is all about multiple intelligence. And just give me a moment. So now that we know all the career options and all about this multiple intelligence, when any parent is coming to you and fearing about their child's successful life and all, you can identify the characteristics based on the characteristics of these intelligence, and guide parent to opt for great career levels. You already know these careers also. You can ask them to opt for the career fields in these career fields, right? And if a parent wants to, yeah, and if also a parent wants to nurture that particular intelligence, and if a parent or even yourself, if you want to know which intelligence is high, then as I already told you, we have one psychometric test which needs to be conducted, that is with us. And the you can always refer me if they wanted to know which intelligence is there in their child, and if they want any remedy plans for the intelligence which is low in their child, we can always give the remedies. You can refer me, or you can even contact me. I will help you with that. What if the student is interested in the particular field but the parent is not? So this happens, it is very common. Um, so so did you come across any such parent? Just give me an example so that I can give you the best, if you have any. Okay. Okay, can you just tell me what is that field? All right. Okay. Great. So I am laughing because we have got a similar case. It's not a case I can tell. One of the teachers have faced this kind of situation with the child. The parent is very much interested into academics, but the child is much interested in music. So right from his childhood, he always plays some kind of instrument, or he likes I mean, he knows much knowledge about computers. Okay, from childhood, he even in during classes, he plays some kind of music. He used to disturb the class by playing some music. So when the teacher has spoken to the parent told, because he's playing this music, he's not interested in studies, and we want him to study more. He want to get good marks in his academics, but because he's doing good in music, he is getting very less. That means for 80 marks, he is getting 30 or 35 marks. He's that poor in academics. So what we suggest parents is, and end of the day, also this happened that, I mean, the parent came to us and they told, now he is good at music, but he's very poor at academics. Now, what are the career options that we can put him into as he's good in this music? So when you see the child, when you discourage the child in that particular field, and obviously the child will not be encouraged to do more in his academics. Do you think so? You have to explain parent whether the parent wants the child's success, or whether the parent wants the competition only to the child. If the child is put into that competition, where he's not good at, then definitely the child gets discouraged. He will be very poor at that academic level, and he always wants to do that music. And if you stop that child uh, by not playing that music or by not singing, then definitely the child will not be able to be successful. He will be depressed everywhere, and he cannot do good at any level, right? I mean, parent scolding the child will not improve him in academics. That is for sure. So you have to always encourage him in music. And if a child wants, I mean, if the parent wants the child to be good at academics also, then as I told you yesterday, you have to include his interest into academics. So, I just want to quote one example. What I do with my daughter, because she is very much interested into this storytelling and all. So whenever I say to write some dictation words in English, so she is not much interested to sit, study, and write these dictation words. So what I did is, okay, fine, I will just tell you five dictation words. You create a story out of it. So she's now very much interested to create that story, and while creating that story, she has taken these words in that story. Whenever she's taking these words, then I will ask her to write. Oh, is it? Can you write this word? And she's very much interested to write that word. So this is how I've implemented her interest into studies. In the same way, if the child is very much interested in music, you can you can initially ask the parent to ask the child to compose a kind of music with an answer initially. It can't be for every answer, but initially, to gain that interest to him, you can ask the child to compose some kind of music, sing it like a song. Then he will remember few things, right? And later he can improve in that. Correct? But do not discourage the child to stop music forever. He can be very good in music, and you can also give them these career options which we discussed, like music, engineering fields of sound engineering, studio engineering, and acoustic engineering. All of these are very good career options, right? Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Sanjima. So you can always call me. You please save my number and call me if you get any parents worrying about their child, you can ask me for the remedies. And if any parent wants the psychometric test to be done, you can always refer me. It will be great if you could refer me. And if you like the session, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sandhya ma'am. Okay, before ending the session, I just wanted to ask few questions as we did yesterday. All right. Which combination of intelligences is most crucial for a successful lawyer? So, for a lawyer, he has to be good at linguistic, verbal, and logical, mathematical, special, bodily, kinesthetic, interpersonal, intrapersonal. So, which option do you think, or both, linguistic, logical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, all these four? What will be the answer? Correct, right. A and C. A also can be an A and C. A is also right answer. The lawyer should also have this interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligence. Right. Then, which combination of intelligences is most crucial for a successful architect? Is it linguistic, verbal, logical, mathematical, spatial, and bodily kinesthetic, musical, or naturalistic? For an architect, B. Correct. Right, right. Wonderful. Which combination of intelligence is most crucial for a successful therapist or counselor? Linguistic, spatial bodily, interpersonal, intrapersonal, naturalistic. Right, right. You're right, Vasvi ma'am. It should be interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligence. Correct. Which combination of intelligence is most crucial for a successful environmental scientist? This is very easy for you, I guess. Right, right, ma'am. It is D, naturalistic intelligence and logical intelligence. To be a scientist, they have to have this logical mathematical intelligence, and also uh, as it is related to environment, they have to be good at naturalistic intelligence. Which combination of intelligences is most crucial for a successful music producer? Exactly. D, musical and interpersonal intelligence. Exactly. Before closing this workshop, those who have already given the reviews in my business account, I'm so happy for that. My sincere gratitude to you all. I would request others also to please provide the review on this account. I'll be sharing the link once again to you all so that you can provide a review on the session and also the trainer if you like my training. All right. And I will also process your names for this e-certification. For that, I will be needing your name in the group. I want these details in the WhatsApp group. I want your name and the days you have attended. If you have attended day 1 and day 2, just give me name hyphen day 1 and 2. Otherwise, if you have attended only this day, you give your name hyphen day 2. So for whoever has missed yesterday's, this session, there is a link which I've provided in the group. If you want, I can again give it in the group once more. You please go through the recording so that you can relate to the session which is conducted today. Okay. And for the certificates, you will be getting it within 15 to 20 days. So I want the name which needs to be printed in the certificate. So I'll be sending it through to you in the form of mail, or if you want it on mobile, I can give it on WhatsApp as well. Okay. So till then, please stay in the WhatsApp group. And once you get all your certificates, you can exit this group. Okay. And I'm so thankful that you all have taken this time, attended this session, and I hope you have gained some knowledge out of this session, right? I'm so thankful for you all, and all the best for your future endeavors as well. Thank you all. That is it for today. If you have any queries or any doubts, you can ask me. We can still discuss because we still have some time. If you want to discuss any kind of cases, we can still discuss. Yes. Or if you don't have anything, then that is it for today. We can be in touch. If you are getting any such cases, you can always text me. Please save my number. Okay. Thank you, Sandhya ma'am. Thank you so much for this. If you don't have anything, then you can leave this session. And please don't forget to give the reviews in the business account, whoever has not given the reviews. I'll be sending the link once again. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ma. Hope you have gained, all of you have gained some kind of knowledge on this multiple intelligence. And I hope you would be identifying the characters or characteristics also, whoever is having this multiple intelligence, sorry, in these kind of intelligences, all these intelligence. Right.